Now to put a handle on this mug, I want to choose a surface that is interesting to look at in the curves and bulges of the pot to face me by situating the handle in an area on the side of that. Now this particular pot is the one that has the boring curve section, and conveniently by putting the handle over the boring section, that sets this up to have an interesting section of curves facing me. Now here's the other side, which is also fairly interesting, at least compared to the boring section. So we'll definitely put the handle on this part of the pot. I've got a 7-inch section of extrusion here, and I'm going to put the bulgy side of the handles out on the outer part of the handle and the groovy part on the inside of the handle. That's just my choice. I like to make the ear-shaped handles that come out, go up, and then come down at an angle. In order to do that, I'm going to put a couple of contoured or angled beveled cuts into this handle. I do find in general that 7 inches is usually a very good amount to work with for handle length, and then you can cut it down from there. Often with mugs, 6 to 6.5 inches is plenty long, but these are very big mugs. So we're starting with this 7-inch section, and you can always cut it down. So with this bevel cut, I'm going to take the outside part of the handle, put that bevel straight flat down on this flat surface, and bend this around. So I've got my bulgy part of the handle on the outside. Now for this bottom section, I'll create another bevel. Hey buddy. Just like that. So now this will join with the pot very easily. So we've already decided what side of the pot the handle will go on. That is going to be over here. So the first thing that I want to do is just place the handle on here and sort of get a rough estimate of where this will attach. Now there are a couple of important considerations. I always want my handles, the highest part of the handle, to be below the rim. That way I can turn this over in the dishwasher and the rim doesn't stick up, or the handle doesn't stick up past the rim. Now the other thing is, when I glaze this, I'm going to pour the liner glaze in, pour it out of the pot, and then dip just about 1/4 inch of the outside in that same liner glaze. And when I do that, I don't want that glaze to get on the handle, so this handle needs to be below the rim by at least about 1/4 inch. So something like this works well, and it's still very ergonomic when you hold it and drink out of it. I'll cover the tools that I use to make these because it is an important part of the process. I'm going to go over the objective of having undulation in these bulges, and then we'll dive right into the wheel. So I will throw a couple of these, show you how to create the groove, how to create the bulges, how to finish the rim, all of those details. Then we'll add some handles. I'll show you the die that I use to make my handles, which is homemade die. I'll tell you how to make that and actually add some handles. And we'll wrap it up with glazing. I'll show you my pour and dip technique that I use to glaze pieces like this, and give you the exact glaze recipes that are on this piece. Now I should note that you can apply this technique to any number of cylindrical forms. This would be great on jars, bottles, vases, anything like that. So just go wild with it on your own, and let's get started.